I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we've been friends for almost 10 years.
And we like to say fuck a lot. And that is why we are not pink.
Hi everyone, my name's Lizzy.
And my name is Stephanie.
We are two 23-year-old girls from Kansas City, Missouri.
And we've been friends for about 10 years now.
And this is the first episode of our podcast. It's called Not Pink. Stephanie, why are we calling it Not Pink?
We decided to call it Not Pink because the whole thing we're trying to do here is be two really funny girls talking about things that, traditionally, conservatively, girls are not supposed to talk about. However, Lizzy and I love talking about them. Like things like poop
and sex,
dicks,
nerdy
lust,
shit.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
D&D. The D. We said that one already. But, we really like talking about stuff like that. And we really think other girls and guys and anything in between really like to hear us talk about it too. And probably have other things for us to talk about. Don't you think, Lizzy?
Yeah, so if you do have any suggestions of what you want us to talk about, just leave them in the comments below, or you can tweet us. We have a Twitter. It's Not Pink Podcast. Stephanie and I, we also have our own personal Twitter accounts that you're more than welcome to follow and tweet at us. Mine is Lizzy with an axe.
And mine is Like the Sea 13, as in 13. And I'm sure if you go to Not Pink Podcast, you can probably find both of our other handles. Gonna be honest with you guys, making a podcast is a little awkward. I know for me, I've talked for years about what I was gonna do in my podcast. Lizzy and I have been talking about it very in depth for, I'd say, like a month or two.
Yeah, I would say that.
Trying to narrow it down, think of the title, think of the structure and all that. So here we are. It's our first episode. It's extremely awkward to record. I'm sure any of you who have recorded a podcast know that, unless you're super awesome and totally jelly of your skills. Lizzy and I actually, we've been friends for, like we said, 10 years, and we actually prepared some questions to try to get to know each other further and analyze this fucking amazing friendship a little bit further, see how it works, what we're all about. Just give you a little snippet before you try to listen to us for an hour and a half long podcast.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Lizzy, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. Like we said, we've been friends for a really long time. We're now in our almost mid-20s, but we've been friends since we were teenagers. We graduated about 5 years ago from high school, and a lot of things have changed since that time when we graduated high school. Stephanie, what would you say is probably the biggest thing that has changed since you've graduated high school in 2009?
Oh, I would say just in general, obviously I've matured a lot more since I graduated high school. I would say you've matured more as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I think another big thing is just in general what I do from day to day. When you're in high school, it's all here and there, and you make plans, and before you hang out with your friends, you have to plan something to do. Like you're going to go to the movies, or you're going to go to the mall, or you're going to have a sleepover. And when you're an adult, you just chill.
Yeah.
Your friends come over to your own apartment because you're an adult and you chill. And I know
watch Netflix.
Yeah, for Lizzy and I guess that's the thing that's kept us still friends. Like, we're still friends. That hasn't changed. But what's changed is we chill.
Yeah.
We don't do the things we did in high school. We just chill. We're all about chillaxing.
Chillaxing.
All day, a little chillaxing action and stuff like that.
Nothing wrong with a little chillaxing here and there.
No, definitely not. Lizzy, out of all the things we've done over the years, like we said, almost 10 effing years of friendship, what would be your favorite memory of something we've done together?
I mean, I do have quite a few memories of us, but I think probably one of my favorite memories, one of those memories that I'm definitely going to tell to the future generation, my spawn, you could say, if I ever get knocked up, will be our slushy runs. Slushy runs have been something we've done ever since our senior year of high school, and it's almost become a part of our routine whenever we hang out is
yes.
go get a slushie. And it doesn't matter. We're not picky on the slushie.
No.
We'll go to...
All slushies are good.
Yeah.
Even a bad slushie is a good slushie.
Absolutely.
Unless it has piss or something. Or poison.
Yeah, poison slushie. That'd be no bueno.
No, but for real, I remember just a couple months ago we tried to do that slushie trifecta, and I got off on the wrong exit because we wanted to do like Miami Ice, Taco Bell, and Quick Trip in one day, in one 4-hour span, and it didn't really work out so well for us. And if any of you are from Kansas City, you know how far apart those things kind of are sometimes.
Yeah. So Stephanie, because you've known me for so long, I'm just curious if you can narrow down me, Miss Lizzy, to just 3 words. If you're talking to somebody who's never met me, what would be the 3 words you would use to describe me?
Oh, geez. Just 3 words. Not 4, not 2, 3 words. I would have to go with, I think it's pretty clear. When I think of you, I think of titties, and more titties.
Titties. Really,
Can you blame me? Can you blame me?
I mean, I guess, you know what? No, I will take that as a complete and total 100% compliment. Because I love my titties.
Just means your titties are awesome, Lizzy.
Yeah.
Lizzy has awesome titties.
If there's one thing that somebody who's never met me needs to know about me, it is my titties.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've even talked about before, it's really hard to go, for me, even just 5 seconds without touching my titties.
I was grabbing on your own titties.
Yes.
Speaking of grabbing titties, what would be our perfect lady date if you were to treat me to such a lady date?
Oh, man. I know. I would treat you right. Because...
Oh, I bet you would.
I would. You are a classy woman, and you deserve a classy evening. I'm pretty sure I have it pretty lined up pretty well.
Let me hear it.
Well, we go to Miami Ice, but we wouldn't drive.
Perfect, yes.
No, I would get us a chauffeur.
A chauffeur?
Yeah, actually, you know the chauffeur. She's been our chauffeur for quite some time now.
Did she used to take us to the mall back in the day?
She did, back before we had driver's license and 15-year-old, 14-year-old kids.
Oh my God, I think I know who it is. It's Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
Good old golden retriever Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea is my golden retriever. She's still kicking, but just barely. She's 15 years old now, but 6 or 7 years ago, back when she was young and ready to go, oh man, she would drive us everywhere. But even though she's not really doing so hot right now because she's old, she would get up and she would take us on this fine lady date. And then after we ate our Miami Ice, we would go back to your place, and we like we said, we'd just chill out for a little while. We'd put on some music, some stuff from what we listened to in high school up until things that we listen to now. Play a little Magic the Gathering, because we're some of those classy bitches. Stephanie and I, we love to play Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I'll kick your ass.
Oh, whatever.
I'm the best planeswalker there is. Not really. I'm just graduating out of being a noob. That sounds like a fucking awesome lady date, though, I will say. A little moisture down south, just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. However, though, even though we've been talking about a lady date, Stephanie and I, we do not find each other attractive.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's true, though. I don't want to have sex with you either.
That's all right. I'm okay with that. Because our problem, the one problem that we do have with not having sex with each other is we don't find our appendages attractive. We like the D.
We are so into the D, the vitamin D.
So if you don't know what the D is, that would be the dick.
I like Lizzie's double D's, but I need just the D.
The D, yeah. That one.
Unfortunately, though, the D usually leads to The problems.
Yes, fucking. Problem with the D is that it also comes with an asshole. Um, but yeah, we've had some D's in our life that have made some struggles. Like
Been pure assholes.
yes, like most girls that have been friends for so long, there's always that D drama. But there have been some guys in our life that have been completely platonic and yeah,
Like just positive, 100% platonic
yeah. So
males, yeah.
yeah. So what would be the first few guys that you could think of that have just been completely positive platonic friendships between us?
Oh, positive platonic male like role model sort
Yeah.
of. I would definitely say, going again, beating the dead horse, go back to high school days. Mr. Young, because I know for you and I, a big thing that kind of built our creative friendship was doing theater together in high school. And
yeah,
Mr. Young was the one who, of course he was a theater teacher, but I know for me, I just simply signed up for intro to film sophomore year, and he kind of like lured me into doing more theater, and I really liked it, and it really, that was my niche in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then also,
we were the theater kids.
Yeah, we were. And then also Mr. Brown, who was a former theater kid from our high school.
Yeah.
He was definitely a big role model because I think he really, and Mr. Young too, they both like broke down that teacher-student relationship while still being, like I said, 100% professional, but they like made you excited for school. Like I was excited for my classes with those teachers. Like didn't matter what it was. So.
And the best part about Mr. Brown was he wasn't even an actual teacher. He was a long-term substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And it was amazing that somebody like that who doesn't really spend a lot of time with the students can create such a connection with them.
Yeah. And like I said, both of them having the connect to theater from our hometown really meant a lot and went a really long way. And they really saw how our relationship was. I feel like Mr. Young, not only did Mr. Young and Mr. Brown understand us as individuals, they understood us as a friendship. Like, for example, most of our teachers were familiar with the fact that I would call you Poopy Pants.
Oh, yes.
For most of high school, you weren't Lizzy, you were Poopy Pants.
I was Poopy Pants to you.
So do you remember, why I started calling you Poopy Pants?
Oh, man, that's a difficult one, because that's one of those inside jokes that I'm sure a lot of people have, that it happens one day and it just continues for years and years, and then you try and remember how it got started, but it's not how it got started that's important. It's the joke behind it that's important. So you forget about how it started. But I think I do remember. I think it was when we were in psychology class together.
Oh yeah.
And we used to do. We would work together as a team for some of the assignments, and
I was writing your name down.
And instead of writing my name, you wrote Poopy Pants.
Poopy Pants. And the teacher got mad at me because she was always getting mad at me, but she was mad at me. She thought I was making fun of you.
Yeah.
And that secretly you were like, Stephanie called me Poopy Pants, and you were all really super duper fucking sad about it or something. When it stuck, that's just what I called you.
Yeah.
It was Poopy Pants.
Oh
so
shit!
mature.
Yeah,
it's kind of embarrassing that we had nicknames like that back in the day.
Oh yeah, But that wasn't the only embarrassing thing that we used to do back
then. No.
Can you think of actually another embarrassing thing that happened back in the past that you could never even imagine doing again now that we're adults?
Oh my gosh. Seriously, about 10,000 things come to mind. One thing off the top of my head, though, that I think a lot of people did, I know I did it, we did it together, I did it with other friends we went to high school with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if boys did it, but I know back in the mid-2000s, girls were all getting together and doing it. It was MySpace picture nights when we would get in our best scene kid garb and get whoever had the highest 10 megapixel camera, and we would go crowd in someone's bathroom with the biggest fucking mirror so we could take as many fucking selfies together as possible. And we would do like crazy poses with our arms in crazy fucking ways and like cool little. And I don't know about you, Lizzie. I think we do, but I know I have a signature smirk that was like born from those MySpace pictures. Yeah. But it's so fucking embarrassing because now as a 23-year-old adult, I will never be like, hey, Lizzie, come over and let's have a picture night.
Yeah.
Let's take pictures. I don't take pictures when I go on vacation. I don't take pictures with my fucking boyfriend. I don't take pictures. I take selfies of myself and Snapchats, but picture nights just wouldn't be a thing anymore. And it was a huge thing back then. And what makes it even more embarrassing is they were picture nights. So there's the fucking evidence is like still online. Like it's like right fucking there. It's so terrible. It's like not only am I like on here telling other people about me doing a picture night, if anyone goes back to 2007 on my fucking Facebook, they will see the slew of picture nights I fucking had. But like you said, it's not the only embarrassing or awkward thing. There was so much. What would you say is like the most awkward moment from our friendship so far?
Hashtag that awkward moment win.
Yeah, hashtag.
Well, by far, the most awkward moment I've ever been in, like the worst situation ever, was the first time I met your mother. And
oh my gosh.
Your mother is a very colorful piece of work.
Colorful is putting it lightly.
Yes. Yeah, the first time I ever met your mom, I was over at your house. We were having a sleepover, and it was just you and I there. Your mom wasn't there that night. We had the house to ourselves. But the next morning, a little after we woke up, we were kind of like getting ready, eating breakfast, and your mom walks into the door, and you kind of look at her and say, hey, Mom, this is my friend Lizzie. Lizzie, this is my mom. I'm like, hi, Stephanie's mom. It's nice to meet you. And without hesitation, she didn't say hi. She didn't say it's nice to meet you. She just looked at me and said, I can't talk right now. I just had anal and I have to take a shit.
Oh my God.
Runs to the bathroom. And then after she poops, comes out and has a conversation with me.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, colorful for sure is one way to put it.
I will have to say, I think your mom is the only mother who has ever told me that they just had anal.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think I told you this before, but she told me one time that anal was better. I don't care who you are listening, except for dudes who think that it feels good on them. Not awesome. But you can't change your family. That's the advice my mom gave me. That's what I got. So
yeah,
you can't change it. You can't change it, man. Yeah.
But Stephanie, if you could change one thing about your past, what would that be?
Oh God. So actually, I think about this question a lot. I think it's a very common question.
Oh yeah, everybody.
But I think I do
it.
have like one go-to answer, and it was the summer after sophomore year when I wrecked Polly's car.
Oh,
when I didn't have a license.
Oh,
I was 16, no driver's license. I only had my learner's permit. After curfew in our town, driving my friend's car, and I totaled it into a fucking pole. And I had been working a lot that summer, and I had like $3,000 saved up to buy myself a car. But instead, I had to seriously blow the entire $3,000 on taking care of all the like backlash from that fucking car wreck. I should have just known not to do it. I should have called.
Yeah.
Instead of getting in behind the wheel and thinking I could drive myself home safely and fix the situation that was already going on, I didn't want to call my dad, but I just should have. If I would have just called my dad, he would have picked me up. I wouldn't have wrecked the car, and I wouldn't have had to pull my fucking $3,000. I would have got a car then, and how much more different would my life have been? Like, that's what I think about all the time.
Yeah, you listeners that are 14, 15, 16 years old, keep notes on that. Learn from our mistakes so that you don't make your own.
Learn from our mistakes. Yeah, things like you said, things do change. Things change you don't want them to. Like, what can you change? But I'm really happy. I'm pretty happy, really happy, pretty content. Like, things are pretty good right now. I'm really excited that we're doing this podcast finally. Like, this is the first recording we sat down and done.
You guys can't see it, but Stephanie and I, we've been bouncing this whole time doing this.
We're so excited. This is so fun. So glad. Like, if anything, Lizzy and I are making more memories. Talking about all these memories. But Lizzy, like, we've been doing so much hard work on this podcast. But what actually about doing it has you excited the most? Like, for the future, like.
I mean, I think I'm really excited just to kind of be able to bring our friendship out into the open, and people can actually, because I always tell my friends, I'm like, yeah, who've never met you, I'm like, yeah, my friend Stephanie, she like her and I, we like to talk about poop and nerdy shit and sexual shit.
Yeah, poop, sex, nerdy. Those are like our go-tos. Like we said earlier, gross, sexual, nerdy.
Yes, gross sexual, nerdy.
That's our thing.
Sexual,
That's
nerdy.
Our thing.
Yeah. And I'm just really excited to be able to
chant. That's our chant. Gross, sexual, nerdy. Gross, sexual, nerdy. Sorry, I'm so rude interrupting you, but it's funny.
But I'm just really excited to be able to show people how our friendship actually is and get this out in the open.
Our dynamic.
Yeah. So what about you? What are you most excited about?
Like I said earlier, I have actually myself been wanting to do podcasts for a while, for a couple of years. One of my closest friends in the entire world, my life-changing friend Anna, we first kind of discussed doing podcasts and it just kind of never got solid. But I definitely want her and tons of other people to know that they had a big influence in this. And because for me, what it is it's me getting to be myself. I get to. I think I'm really funny, and I think I'm funny because I think other people think I'm funny. So I think maybe people will think I'm funny too.
You think that we're laughing with you and not at you?
No. Maybe this could all go really wrong for me, but I'm just really excited to, like I said, just like I've mentioned before, I'm not a painter. I'm not a drawer. Like, I feel like I have a creative mind, but I've never really found a way to, like, outlet it. And I think that recording Not Pink will be a great way for me to outlet it because we can, like, channel our humor, like the gross, sexual, nerdy. Like,
yes.
We can channel it and we can have a podcast where we talk about fucking which decks we like to play with magic and how terrible anal sex is and how good pizza is and any
and
other
how much we love to fart, things like that.
Yeah, we can tell fart stories to each other. That's just what we're all about. And like we mentioned in the beginning too, we really think that other people also enjoy talking about those things or hearing people, having a little chuckle, listening to some people talk about. I know to some people that's not how girls are supposed to act, but those people still think it's funny.
I was gonna say, fuck those people that think that we can't act like that. They can go eat a dick.
But I would like to take a little bit of time to say thank you to those people who have supported us acting that way. Like I mentioned, Anna. Obviously, for me, I'd like to thank the shit out of you, Lizzy.
Oh, yeah.
That dude I live with, and, Kristen and Deanna and all those other people who've, like, fueled the fire and, like, have since I was 15 make me think that me making a dick joke is funny.
Yeah.
Because if when I was, in junior high, people didn't laugh at me for making dick jokes, I wouldn't be making dick jokes now. So, thank you. Like we said before, too, we have a Twitter.
Yes. Our Twitter is at Not Pink Podcast. Feel free to follow it. If you're listening to this right now, please tell us through Twitter. Either tweet us directly at Not Pink Podcast, or you can hashtag Not Pink Podcast.
Let us know. Like follow Not Pink, follow us. I'm at Like the Sea. She's at Lizzy with an X, and let us know what you think. Feel free to tell us how much this fucking sucked and how much you hate it and how you're pissed off that we did this. I know there's like 3 people that will listen to this, so that's 3 tweets.
There we go.
hey, we could have 3 tweets. Or what we really would like is for you to let us know what you want to talk about. Like, if you're in the Kansas City area and you want to be on Not Pink, definitely tweet us. I don't think we're on that level yet, but if you're crazy and you want to do that, go for it. But if you want us to talk about like anything, like periods, boobs, dicks, balls, shaving, that's all sexual
shaving,
stuff.
Yeah.
There's poop, there's pee, there's food, there's politics, there's tons of stuff. If there's anything you would like to hear us talk about, I mean, hopefully this episode gave you a little bit of vibe on how our humor is, so hopefully you can imagine things that would be really funny for you to hear us talk about. We just really want your feedback because we want it to be a show for the people. We want girls like us to listen to it and to love it and to help it grow. Like I said, the show, I know it's me and Lizzy doing it now, but so many people have influenced the show. I don't know. I think this was a pretty good run. And, until next time, guys, I'm Stephanie. And
I'm Lizzy.
And together we are Not Pink.